Congratulations on the victory tonight. It's been a while since you've met an opponent that was that durable in there. She was taking all your shots and everything. Were you surprised that you couldn't get Felicia out of there during the 3 rounds?
I always train for it and respect all my opponents. I know it's been there because they're tough. And actually, Felicia helped me. Something I'm working patient. And I saw when I was punching her, I saw her face can start change a little bit. But I continue my focus what I want to do, and it changed a little bit. Just helping me for work my patient and finish the time you're supposed to finish.
You got cut in the fight. You said that was the first time. It seems like it's almost something you take pride in. Why did you almost seem to enjoy the fact you had a cut on you?
I'm probably not proud of this cut. It's the fight. I never had a cut before. It's first time. In the gym a little bit, but in the fight, you just always have the first time.
And it happened in like the first minute of the fight, so when that happens and you're not used to that, did it have any mental effect on you or anything? Did it make you feel you need to go harder? Did it concern you?
The first thing I was thinking first, I don't want to stop the fight because of the cut. And then I was saying, I'm not going to ask you, Jason, if it's a bad cut, because Jason, the last time for Dos Anjos saying, no bad cut, and then it's a really bad cut, but I just think about this, continue the fight. I don't want the doctor to stop the fight.
Where's the Amanda Nunes shirt we saw you wearing after the fact for Cyborg versus you?
UFC make me take it out.
Okay. When did you have that made? Is it something that you were planning on wearing right?
I just say rematch 2020 January, and just to show people, I asked after my last fight, I asked for rematch, and I'm no liar about this. It's true. And they told me I have to wait that she's fight the Holly Wong, and because I'm fight for this in Canada.
Yeah. And Dana was just in here. He said he wants that fight to happen. Amanda tweeted at you saying, let's make it happen. Is that what you believe is next? Do you believe you're going to sign a new UFC contract and fight Amanda Nunes?
I have a lot of things going on. Like I have a lot of issues in the UFC. I don't want to complain about anything, but we don't just is the fight. Because the people in media don't see anything inside, but have a lot of things we have to work for me to continue to stay. Everybody knows I don't have the best and the greatest relationship with UFC. I don't have the best relationship with Dana White. He's bullying me around, bullying me in the internet, and I suffering bully everywhere because this. I have a daughter, I have a father, and I don't think it's nice this, and it's never have to say I'm sorry for me, anything about this. And just this is continue, it's no finish. Like saying I'm scared of fight Amanda Nunes, saying I don't want to fight her, this is liar, because I text him after the fight saying I want the rematch. And this is not help me growing my brain, this is damage my brain. And for me keeping working for one promotion, I don't want somebody damage my brain, I want you growing together. And because this way you're going to have to take a little time and see what's going to be better for me.
Yeah, there's a video that came out online of you talking to Dana after the fight backstage. What did you guys say to each other?
Where?
Just now, did you guys not speak after the fight?
Why are you lying? I don't want the rematch. That's it. And he told me, Cris, you cannot be mad at everything I say in the media.
Cris over here, congrats. First of all, where do you rank Felicia Spencer in terms of your opponents in the past? Because it seems like she was able to stand up with you for 3 rounds, something that no one else really has been able to do other than Amanda in recent years. So where do you rank her in terms of your opponents?
What's happening, Amanda, we fight each other, and then the 50-50, I got a cut. This happened. About Felicia, I try work different a little bit, I try move around, I try see the opportunity when I have the punch. I think it's a different fight, I have 3 rounds to finish the fight. I just figured out this now. I always want to finish the fight in the first round, and I just learn, learning every day.
So as a free agent now, would you say even if the contract is on the table, would you still want to negotiate to see what you're worth out in the market, different markets, or?
Really for now, really happy about my victory, and I didn't think about this, but it's not just about money, it's about respect, it's about my life continue about the fight. With my fight career, I want to continue growing my brain. I don't want to be any promotion damage my brand, because this I'm gonna leave after I stop fighting. And I have a lot of things going on in my mind now and about Victor, but this is the main thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cris, right here. This was your first 3-round fight at 145 pounds. You've had a couple 140-pound fights in the UFC, but did that extra pound in the weighing in and then 2 less rounds, did that play a factor into how you approach the fight?
You know, I was really happy about this fight. I don't have any pressure. I was 13 years defeated, have to 13 years champion, and then so much pressure on my back. I was fighting happy today, patient, happy, doing my best, you know, and happy. You know, I just have 3 rounds to finish the fight, and I tried, you know. And she's tough. She's moving around, she's tough.
And you pushed for this division a lot, and she was really your first legitimate featherweight that you fought in the UFC. A lot of bantamweights would come to fight you. How happy were you to see them go out and sign another featherweight for this division?
Finally, this is the words, finally. And 145 pounds have me. If the real ones, you know, Meg Anderson, Felicia, I think. I'm sorry if I forget someone, but I think maybe 3. It's no good for our division. Now I have girls, you know. I'm fighting like maybe 3 years for this. I did my first fight UFC 2016. I'm fighting for growing our division for a long time. Let's see if this is gonna be good. They're gonna open the opportunity for more girls.
And one final one. You've won a lot of your recent fights pretty dominantly or quickly, and maybe a lot of fans who only know you in the UFC maybe not have seen your whole skill set. In this fight, you showed a lot. Your grappling, your wrestling defense, and your striking. Was this a fight that you were happy with your entire performance to showcase your entire skill set?
You know, I think I'm doing MMA maybe 14 years old, 14 years, and I work everything. You know, I'm brown belt jiu-jitsu, I compete in jiu-jitsu, grappling, I'm the world champion 2 times, brown, purple belt. You know, I did a Muay Thai fight. You know, I know it's a mixed martial arts, you know, but I always like to finish the fight in the punch. And I just change a little bit mentally and then work my MMA, do what I do always, you know, and that's it, show a little bit more for people, but I already had this, but just hide a little bit.
Cris, congrats on the win. You know, just to pick up on the idea that the UFC may be signing some more featherweights, you've been very vocal about them not having a division in the past. Is that a big factor on whether or not you will return?
You can ask again, sorry.
If the UFC is to sign more featherweights coming up, is that a big part of the reason why you will return, or if they don't, maybe you won't?
I don't think just this is the reason. But I would like to fight more than 1 time per year, for sure. I wait 9 months for fighting Amanda Nunes, you know, after Holly Holm. This is not good for the fighter. It's good to be active and training and fighting. You know, this is the good thing.
And one more from me. You know, there's been a lot of back and forth, like you said, with Dana. Not everybody loves their boss. I mean, are you comfortable moving forward, you know, even if things aren't great between you? And is there something he could do that would, you know, make this better as far as your relationship is concerned?
You know, you don't need to love the boss, you just have to have respect between both. I think this is making everything work together.
Thank you.
Hi, Cris, over here. You know, you've only lost twice in your career, so you haven't had this chance to show you bounce back very often, but how does tonight's win, coming back from the Amanda loss, compare to some of your past wins?
You know, I lost my first fight, you know, a long time, and then back to the cage, and then won. And for me, it's a big challenge because I want back to the fight soon. You know, I think 1 win, delete 1 other loss. I think it's like this work, MMA like this. Fans remember your loss after you win, they forgot about. And my nose so great. And I'm really happy, you know, I improved and I get the win. I work really hard for that, and I always work hard, but you know, I feel very blessed, happy, thankful for my team for helping me and going through everything to overcome. This is just show the people, if you lose the sport, you can lose, you can win, but you can overcome and get your win again. You just cannot quit, keep working.
And you've been very honest about the kind of tough relationship with the UFC sometimes, and even said there was some bullying. How important is it for you to set a good example, especially now that you're a mother?
And you know, my daughter almost fight in school because of this. She back home in a fight, one kid say things about me, and I told him, I told her, you cannot fight any kid. If they want to say anything for you, you have to let it go. But it's no good. It's no good because what kids listen now, it's everybody on the media and they see the things. They say, your mom have opinions, your mom, I know a lot of bullshit things. Of course in the school, and she's studying now in America, and then the kids saying things for her, like before I'm on the lunch fight. And then it's hard. How are you gonna teach the kid? I tell her that you cannot let it just, annoy you, because it'll annoy me,
Hi Chris. You mentioned you want to see the UFC sign more featherweights. What are the names out there of featherweights that you'd like to see them bring in, and who do you perceive to be a threat in the division?
I don't think you have any girls free now on 45. I think maybe all the girls in Bellator, PFL, and I don't think I have girls free now on 45 to sign.
Okay. We've spoken a lot about your relationship with Dana White tonight, but what's your relationship like with Amanda Nunes and her partner Nina Ansaroff? Because they are also saying the same things Dana are, that you don't want to fight and stuff like that. I know that you guys were pretty friendly before your fight. Has that changed now?
No, I don't have anything. It's a fight game, Like Felicia, I don't give the hand for her now because every time she see me in the hotel, she wanna shake my hand and then, okay, we're gonna fight, and it's not to disrespect, you just have to be focused, have to switch, I'm a really sweetheart, a really good person. Fight for me, it's hard, turning hard, but I have to switch for Cris Cyborg. And I don't want to give you hands. Man, I'm gonna fight. Tomorrow we can be friends, tomorrow we can go mall together, and just be focused in the fight.
You said you want to fight Amanda in January. Obviously you're going to have to talk to the UFC about your future with them. At what point do you need those negotiations to be finished by before you make a decision whether you stay or whether you go to another promotion?
I have to see the opportunities I have too. Now it's a negotiation time because it's gonna be January because I'm gonna have a period 6 months maybe.
And is boxing still a possibility?
Huh?
Is boxing still a possibility? I know you've spoken about that in the past.
Maybe, maybe, but I'm getting focused now on MMA, but maybe I'm open for this if it happens.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris, you're chilled over here. Did you say how many you need stitches in your head in the cut? Stitches?
I don't know, but it's a lot.
A lot of stitches.
Yes.
By far the most you
Maybe 7, 8.
8. I was looking at you, Jason. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chris, for your next contract, would it be important to you, because you've expressed interest in doing boxing, pro wrestling, would it be important to maybe have something in your contract, wherever it might be, to do multiple things, multiple combat sports?
This is a good thing, but I don't think FC you can do another things for state. Depending, I think I accept a lot of challenges, and it's gonna be good if you have the opportunity for happen. For sure, I would like to do.
Cain Velasquez is doing pro wrestling.
Oh, nice.
He'll be fighting in the UFC, so maybe.
Oh, nice. Good. Maybe they open mind. Yeah, it's a good one.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.